Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Never have the words, never let a crisis go to waste, have more meaning. First of all, before the topic, Terrence Popp has a video out. What the heck does he call this? COVID 1984. It is probably, and I mean, he's got so many videos that are absolutely freaking fantastic. It's hard to pick, which one is better. It's like, which of your children do you love more? I love them all. But I've got to tell you, this one lays out the Marxist freaking plan exactly as it was developed over 100 years ago. Everybody seems to think, oh, well, this just happened. These Democrats, socialists, AOC and Bernie Sanders. No, no. Go to college. They're not going to tell you, oh, yeah, by the way, these people at the Frankfurt School and eventually the New School and cultural Marxism, well, that's a conspiracy theory. Put away your tinfoil hat, young man or young woman, and just understand it's not true. Trump bad, though. Trump is bad. So Pop has a video, lays it out in black and friggin' white. I'll link it below so you can enjoy that. I'm sure a lot of people already have, but in case you've not heard of Terrence Popp, redonkulous.com, and Blake, the producer, please go and check the link out. I think you'll find it eye-opening if you're not aware of this stuff. Okay, on to the topic. Never let a crisis go to waste. Okay, so now there is a proposal to send people, all residents, yes, not all citizens, all residents. Do you see my point? $2,000 a month in relief checks, right? Well, the crisis might last, months, might even last years. We don't know. It might ever come back in the fall. What are they saying? Giving Americans and non-Americans, whoever's in our borders, $2,000 monthly relief checks during the coronavirus crisis. Who determines when the crisis is over? Anyone? Oh, we have a bad flu season this fall. Oh, it's the coronavirus. We got to keep sending the money out. This all sounds good. Yeah, I need a little cash because I can't work. And yeah, I get it. Let's not forget, though, people who are unemployed, who've been laid off, right? They get unemployment. I don't know what the number is, $500-$600 a week. I don't know. Probably some states it's not as much. But there is some money in there. Well, if we print it, there's money in there for people who are unemployed. The factory is shut down, they're laid off. There's a check involved. And I think there's another unemployment bump that people are saying, wait a minute. Some people are making more on unemployment than they did while they were working. So that's a disincentive for them to go back to work. But where's my tinfoil hat? I mean, who knows where it is? So this is coming from the usual suspects. Markey, out of Massachusetts. I think he's a Democrat. Kamala Harris out of California. Another one. And Uncle Bernie Sanders, who is, at least he admits, hey, I'm a socialist. Okay, so this is essentially universal basic income. And I think it was Andrew Yang who was running for president that proposed this. Well, because of this and that, we need to... Here's the thing. Here's the fucking scary part of this, people. If this goes through, it's never going to end. I know, but hamster, what's the matter with you? The economy's going to get going again. It's going to be fine. It might take a while, but, President Biden will... whatever happens. Here's the point. Once you have the entire country expecting $2,000 a month in a check from the government, we have lost the war. It's over. Why do you say that, hamster? Who is going to vote for a candidate that has said, you know what, we need to stop this $2,000 thing because it's, bankrupt in the country? Who's going to vote against that? The majority of Americans will not. Do you see the nose in the tent, the camel pushing his head in there? Oh, well, it's a crisis. We have to give money to people, etc., and so on. And yes, There are some people that can't pay their rent. They can't get food. They don't have any resource. Understandable. But this is not those people. This is fucking everybody. Even people who are making $100,000 or $200,000 a year. Here's your check. Now, excuse me, I do pretty well. Not at that level, but I mean, I have sufficient funds to get by because I took a decent major in college, lived through minimum wage radio days for 15 years. It's like, fuck this. No. This is not going to happen. So I went and did the work, and for the last 20 years, busting my ass, helping design the products that you're probably watching this on right now. That's all I'm going to say about that. Once this thing, if it goes through, is in effect, and I don't believe we're talking a one-time $2,000 check. We're talking monthly until the crisis is over. Again, who determines that? Hell, the crisis could go on forever, and that's the fucking point I'm making. Let's just look at the numbers, okay? So 330 million people in this country, and yeah, the really high earners won't be getting the check, but the vast majority of people are not high earners in this country. So let's just take the entire population times $2,000 a month. That, my friends, is $660 billion a month. Over a year, that's approximately $8 trillion. Now, I know math is hard. New math, if you're young, $1 billion is 1,000 million. $1 trillion is 1,000 billion. $8 million per year. The entire federal budget currently, which is bloated beyond fucking imagination, is around $4.5 trillion. Tack on $8 trillion in payments, that's $12 trillion. What's the GDP of the United States? Is it 20-ish? 25, $30 trillion. So we're bumping up against half of the gross domestic product of the United States in federal hands. Gosh, you'd think, if you put on your tinfoil hat, you would think someone might be trying to bankrupt this country with ideas like this. Because after all, they said, where are you going to get them? Oh, they're the evil rich people. There aren't enough rich people to support this shit. As a matter of fact, confiscate every dollar of everyone who has $1 million or more in, capital or assets or whatever. That will last you one fucking year of this nonsense if this goes through. Then what are you going to do? Well, naturally, you're going to borrow money or you're going to print it. And we all know what happens when you print money. Do you not? Weimar Republic? Anyone? Venezuela? Anyone? So this proposal sounds good on the surface. Well, yeah, during this crisis, we got to have $2,000. I mean, it's only fair because people are starving, which is not true, but it sounds good, doesn't it? Feels good. $2,000 a month. Well, yeah, I've got a journalism degree and I'm only making minimum wage. So yeah, I want that $2,000 a month. This will destroy the country. Even worse than it is now. And you know what? Hamster thinks that's the idea. How it all comes together. James Maxwell, thank you for listening.